Okay. Okay, great. Welcome everyone. This is Open Source Kubernetes SIG Instrumentation. Today is September 26th, Friday. This is our first meeting after the meeting change, time change. Earlier, this used to be on Thursdays at 9:30 a.m. PST, and now we have modified this to be at 8:30 a.m. on Fridays PST. So thank you for joining. We have the following items on the agenda. The first one was about metric stability framework for KSM, but I think Pranshu might not join the call, so maybe we could address this the next time, and we can directly move on to Yongre's topic for the KEP updates. Yongre, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so these two are kit update for Z pages, Flexi and status Z. The major change is that we want to have a structural response and promote it to beta in 135. The structural response is the JSON response, and we want to put it as a default. And we also make it as a version response, so user can specify the version in the header and request for the response for different version. I don't think we will going to introduce the beta FR, those attribution to the structural response. We just only have a number version. And just like what we have for the discovery API. So we have the version and accept in a header. If not, we just respond the JSON structure response as the default, and we can still keep the plain text response if they request in the header with the accept parameter. So the API will going to the structure API will going to publish in component-based staging repo. And status Z should have a struct, and the flex Z should have a map. We're still having a discussion in the CAP, and I would like to have the either the SIG lead or the API reviewer to take a look to see whether our version response and the deprecation policy align with the principle of the general Kubernetes API. So for implementation, it should not be a huge change. We just need to update the handler in the staging component-based staging directory and have the struct there to be published. Yeah, I think just if you have time, feel free to take a look at the CAP PR and to see if you have any comments.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you so much, Yongre, for creating these PRs. I think there is some mismatch between the two. Right now, if we have decided to serve the JSON formatted response by default.
Yeah, so in general, except the response content, general policy should be similar
Yeah,
between the two. So I like to have the consistency on the set
right.
Z first, and then we just copy the major part to the flex Z.
Awesome. Yeah. So I think it's worth calling out that status Z. KEP has like some discussion already, has had some discussion already, and then we are looking to just use whatever decision we make in the status Z KEP in the flag Z KEP. So if you're looking at the KEPs, please take a look at the status Z KEP first to
Yes.
see the changes that we have made. I think another thing to call out was that now that we are thinking of introducing a version and structured format by default, we would need to also have some sort of a deprecation policy in future if we decide to evolve the response format, the schema to have like additional information or just rearrange the information in some other way. So I think that is also being called out here. And we have tried to stick with the same deprecation policy as we have today for APIs and metrics, except that we are not, for metrics, like we have these stability levels. For Z pages, we're not thinking that we would need that right now. So
Yeah, one thing is I'm not sure about the metrics. Are we going to like remove anything that is deprecated? Because I remember for the Kubernetes API we don't actually remove any deprecated things. We just keep it
yes,
there. And
my understanding is that for alpha and beta metrics, we remove them, but for stable, we hide them. So they're still there, but we just don't register them.
I see.
They're still there in the code. Um,
Okay.
yeah, but open to discussion, like what other people think, what should be the deprecation policy for Z pages once we have the structured format in.
Yep. Yeah, because I think currently if we want to have a first version, it should be just V1, and it seems quite stable in the current content what we have, these fields. So it feels like it's more stable, kind of like a GA, but since we don't have those like GA beta alpha in these things, so probably we will going to keep it if we do actually have the V2 there.
Am I understanding correctly that these are going to return like Kubernetes object structured data?
Uh,
Before I thought I
you
saw
mean
like the API version in the response, or is that
yeah, it, it in a response we do have a version there. But it's not the Kubernetes object.
I
It's
see.
just yeah, just one field in the response.
I see. Okay. Yeah, it'd be nice. It would be nice if we kept compatibility by having like it would be interesting if you could, like, if we decided to do a V2, if you could curl and add like V1 in the path to keep receiving the old version or something like that. I'm not sure if, like, we're only doing V1s now, obviously, but it feels like there's a path open to us in the future to evolve it without breaking people and to continue to support the old one if we really need to.
That should be possible if you just
Oh yeah,
give like specify multiple headers, accept headers, and so it keeps on falling back until it's able to find a response which matches with the requested accept header.
yeah, that sounds reasonable to me too.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to like take a look at these steps, and if there's any specific questions that you're looking to get answered, Yongre, or we could just carry this discussion on the KEP PR forward.
Okay. Yeah, so also the cap freeze is on October 16. So what we have is still 1, 2, 3 weeks.
2 weeks or more. Okay, then. Yeah, thanks again for these PRs. Next, I just wanted to call out. I think there have been enough announcements on Slack channels and emails. So our dear friend, our former colleague, and the former SIG Instrumentation chair, Han Kang, he had passed away earlier this month, which is still seems like a shock. And we have created this CNCF memorials page dedicated in his memory. He was a source of so many inspirational ideas and projects that we have had in SIG Instrumentation in the past. He has helped a lot of people that I know personally with just getting started with open source SIG Instrumentation and whatnot, like myself being one of them. So it seemed worth calling out that if by any chance you had missed this news, it's here, and there is this dedicated page to like remember him by. I think that's all of the items on the agenda. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
Nope. It's a short meeting. Nice seeing everyone. You have a nice
Thank you.
weekend. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.